How's it going, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys a nice four-game slate on the NBA here, just for Thursday. We're still going to give you guys two picks each on this slate. We do have some NFL action, I meant to say. We just did a video for that this morning, so go check that out. Obviously, here on Prize Picks, you can mix and match players. Got Lamar Jackson and Tom Brady on that slate as well, with a really fun night of sports to watch. And I just saw that, like, for the next, 27 days, Reoz, there's going to be, like, football and NBA on, like, every single day, so you're never going to miss a day of some sports action. So over here on Upstate, make sure you hit the subscribe button for that reason. We're posting daily content every single day for sports. So like NBA and NFL is our main sports, but over on the Patreon we do cover a little bit more than that. So we'll get to the Patreon in a minute, but we do have a free Discord as well and a TikTok where I post more picks. So before we get to the video, before we get to our picks in the video, Riaz, tell me about the Patreon.
We got a ton of stuff going on over on the Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/upstate. It's also linked in the description below. We have the World Series coming up for the MLB. If you want plays from that, even though we're not doing any videos on the World Series, we'll have plays over on the Patreon along with NBA every single day and NFL every time there is a football game being played. The Thursday night game like tonight. Sunday we have the London game. We'll have a nice showdown. Dale and I will give you a two-pick power over there for the London game, and obviously more picks for the main slate Sunday night, Monday night. So if you want to support us further, if you want more plays from us, like Dale said, you can mix and match sports here on Prize Picks. So you can take our YouTube and Patreon plays, make a 4 or 5 pick flex or power, and you can take some of our NBA plays and NFL plays and the World Series plays over on the Patreon and pair them up on however you would like. So if you want to support us further, it is linked in the description below.
Just a really exciting time in the sports world. So thank you guys for all the support on the most recent videos as well. We ended up going 3-1 last night. Had one bad beat with Ben Simmons, unfortunately. However, we're gonna bounce back here. I'm hoping to go 4-0 tonight. We had that 1-3 day. A lot of people wrote us off. We come back with 3-1. I think we're gonna have a really strong night tonight. I'm seeing the board very well. I know Rios has some really good picks as well. But we'll get to the video here. Two picks each. I'm gonna start off my first player with Kyrie Irving over 34.5 PRA. One of the plays that stuck out to me the most on this slate, because the way he's honestly been rebounding the ball is the reason I gravitate towards the PRA. I mean, he's grabbed 9 and 8 rebounds in his last 2 games. And usually he's good for about 5-6 assists a night. I mean, averages 5.7 assists on his career. Only averages a couple of rebounds on his career, statistically wise. However, just the way he's been grabbing rebounds, he's almost been a better rebounder than Kevin Durant to start the season. And they're going to need his rebounding with Luka Doncic grabbing a ton of rebounds. Christian Wood, a good rebounder as well. So they're going to need his production at the point guard spot to get things going. There's no Joe Harris in this game as well. We're not sure if Ben Simmons is going to sit. Maybe there's something with a back-to-back. Maybe they might not play Ben Simmons. I know a lot of people might be nervous about a back-to-back here with Kyrie as well. It's just so early into the season. They started out 1-3. They're not looking good. I think they're just desperate for a win here. Back in August, there was something where they thought in his contract that he wasn't going to play on back-to-backs. He came out and specifically said that that was cap, and he is going to play back-to-backs this season. So we'll see what goes on the rest of the year. I just think it's too early for Kyrie to sit on a back-to-back when the team desperately needs a win in a good matchup here against Dallas. So give me Kyrie Irving, who's good for 25 a night, any given night, even can go for more. I mean, the last time he played Dallas, he went for 45. So we know the type of scoring output this man can have. If he just does his usual thing with his assist numbers, he can grab a ton of rebounds tonight. He should run away with this PRA.
Really like Kyrie. He's been playing phenomenal, and I really like the point where you said it's too early on in the season to worry about back-to-backs. I'm going to stay here in PRA with Bam Adebayo, and I love his line. It's at 27.5, and I really love the matchup against the Golden State Warriors. They looked really flat coming out. I believe it was 2 nights ago against the Phoenix Suns, and we saw somebody I had over on the Patreon and DeAndre Ayton absolutely smash his PRA, and I think that's the same thing Bam is going to do. His line's lower at 27.5, and the big thing for me here is Kyle Lowry's been struggling scoring the ball. Jimmy Butler has kind of been hit or miss so far this year. The only true person who's been playing really good throughout the season has been Tyler Hero, and we know he's just a streaky shooter, so we could see a bad game with Wiggins on him or Draymond Green or Klay Thompson on Tyler Hero. So Bam at this really great line. We know the scoring upside is always there for Bam, but it really comes down to what is he going to do rebounding. We've seen games so far this year where, he hasn't gotten the double digit rebounds. He's been hanging around 4, 5, 6 rebounds, and that's just not going to be the case here tonight. I see a really big game out of him. The fact that Wiseman is, not getting the start, but is playing good minutes. He doesn't have the size to compete with Bam. Bam is a monster down low. We saw him all last year smash this line, and I like that early on in the season we're getting nice little discounted lines with players getting into the rhythm of this season. So gotta capitalize on a line as low as this here tonight.
He's hit this line his last 3 games against the Warriors as well. I mean, his most recent game against the Warriors went for 25, 9, and 4. So he's almost close getting there against the Warriors just in points, and we know what type of rebounder he can be. And if he can get his other players involved in terms of assists, he should run away with this PRA line. So I really like Bam Adebayo here in that matchup against the Golden State Warriors. My next guy is going to be Christian Wood in that matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets have been giving up a ton of points. Obviously, they've been very underwhelming to start the season. And Christian Wood's been playing very well. Right now, I guess a week into the season, Christian Wood's probably their runaway, sixth man of the year right now. He's coming off the bench, but his minutes still increase. He started off with 24, goes to 27, played 29 last game, but his shooting splits are phenomenal. Hasn't really shot well from the line. The first game went 3 for 10, but shooting 62% from the field on 12 attempts and 61% from deep on 4.3 attempts per game. So really like him against the Brooklyn Nets in a game that should shoot out here. I like a really up-tempo game, and the way he's been playing alongside Luka is really well. We know Luka loves the pick and roll. Christian Wood's able to jump over these defenders and throw down those alley-oops and catch these lob passes that Luka's throwing to him. Finishes really well around the rim. He's able to switch on some guys as well, too, so he can have the opportunity to get runaway fast breaks in this matchup. So I do think that he's going to still get more minutes. I think he's still going to come off the bench in this matchup. I like the way he's been coming off the bench and giving them a spark. I think that's what they're looking for out of him. So really good and a sleeper acquisition for them in the offseason. But Christian Wood's been playing phenomenal for this Mavericks team, and he's played well against good teams, Memphis, Pelicans, and Phoenix so far. So I don't see any different here against Brooklyn. I love him over 18.5.
Christian Wood has taken a step that I really didn't think he was going to be able to take. He already came into the league as an older guy, and he can now stretch the floor and is knocking down threes. So Christian Wood is definitely a play. And I'm going to stay in that same game over at assists with Spencer Dinwiddie. His line's sitting at 4, and I really like the fact that Christian Wood is smashing on his points. We know what Luka can do, and Spencer Dinwiddie has really taken a back seat to those guys and has just became the point guard that this team really needs to kind of free up Luka, that he doesn't need to be the primary ball handler for this team. And with Spencer Dinwiddie freeing that up for him, Luka has been dropping huge numbers scoring wise. And when you have two guys who can go out there and score over 20 points every single night with shooters coming off the bench, and the fact that he can mesh with the starters, mesh with the guys coming off the bench, this is a great spot for him in a Brooklyn team who's kind of been struggling so far this year. You would have thought how bad they were last year. They would have, with Kyrie playing home and away now, Ben Simmons coming back, still trying to get a feel for the court, that they would be much better. But this Dallas team looks really good, and I think Spencer Dinwiddie is going to drive this team and rack up a ton of assists. His line at 4 is super low. He's already hit it a couple times so far in this early season. So before this line jumps up to 6, maybe even 7, if he really gets going, we got to take advantage here at 4.
I like that pick. It corresponds really well with the Christian Wood pick as well. As long as they're coming off the bench in that, or not, maybe not coming off the bench, Spencer Dinwiddie, but at least running that second unit, I think they can have a lot of success in this matchup against Brooklyn. And that's going to be our 4 guys. Punch these players in however you would like, whether you want to do 2-pick powers, punch it in with some NFL guys with our NFL video, a 4-pick power, 4-pick flex, however you guys prefer to play Prize Picks. That's an awesome way about it. Awesome way to play. Like I said, Upstate is the promo code. You can check out all the other videos that we do over here. Hit that subscribe button as we've been growing every single day. Thank you for all the support. Drop a like on the video. Drop a comment down below if there's any picks on the slate that we did not talk about. We'll get back to you in the comment section. So thank you guys so much. Peace out.